Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the BG Show. We're here to talk about the massive shakeup at DC, a potential hard reboot. I'm here with my friend Richard. Let's get right into it. So, recently, the new co-CEO James Gunn basically said that rumors that Man of Steel 2 canceled, Black Adam 2 canceled, Wonder Woman 3 canceled. Not only that, the actors are potentially going to be gone. Gal Gadot, Henry Cavill, maybe The Rock.
Momoa.
Jason Momoa is looking to be out of Aquaman and into Lobo. So the question is, what are your thoughts? And I guess what are your overall thoughts?
I was never a big fan of the Snyderverse. I thought it was like overly dreary. Like DC as a whole is super like happy, super colorful. So like having these like dark colors and these just dreary tone, it never really fit for me. So like having this reboot, it is refreshing. It's weird, but we're in the time of the with the multiverse. So like I'm sure there's a way around it, but like it's always gonna be weird if they just hard reset everything.
I don't know why they don't just come out and say it. They need to come out with some sort of plan. I don't understand. There's no point of redoing Wonder Woman. Her character doesn't have enough. There's not enough meat on the bone. So you're gonna recast Gal Gadot, and then you're going to redo the story again, and just have the same story again where you're going to recast Steve Trevor. You're not going to get someone better than Chris Pine anyway. So why would you? And then you're going to just have her go back to the island, and then so I don't understand why they do that. Henry Cavill is the perfect Superman. Why would you recast him? You just had him come back. It doesn't make any sense.
You think he'll go back to The Witcher after that?
No, he's done with The Witcher.
You think he'll go back to The Witcher now?
No, they already recast him.
Yeah, but like no one wants him. No one wants
No.
to recast it.
No.
I like the argument is that like Spider-Man, right? Like they rebooted Spider-Man so many times. They retold that Uncle Ben story so many times. So like people are gonna come see it. Like it depends what Gunn's plan is, right? Like obviously I don't think you can have Justice League without Batman. Like DC is all about Superman and Batman. They're probably gonna end up recasting them. They already have two versions of Batman already, right? Between Matt Reeves as Batman.
Mm-hmm.
So
now you have these lame duck movies, The Flash, which is going to be a good movie, and the problem is that the average moviegoer is just an idiot. I mean, I'm sorry, let's be faith. Like the fact that the average movie audience just doesn't have the ability to be okay. Robert Pattinson is its own trilogy, and the Batman in the universe was Ben Affleck. Like, why is that? Even if you're not a comic book like guy, why is it hard to understand? You know, like
it's just
as a sports fan, you understand like the Premier League is the big league, but Ronaldo plays here. Like, why? You know, like there are other scenarios where people understand things, and I feel like they just choose to be ignorant when it comes to superhero things.
It's a saturation of market. Like, why do we need two Batmans at the same time when they have hundreds and thousands of IP?
I think it's because we acknowledge that like the average moviegoer like is interested in the Batman trilogy. Like we kind of like Batman trilogy. I feel like every 10 years it's just like a American thing, almost like James Bond. Like we just get a new Batman trilogy. It's just like a thing. So I feel like they were like, okay, let's just make the best one possible here. But we know that like because those Batman movies, like good Batman movies, are so grounded that that Batman can never exist in the Justice League Batman because that's too fantastical. So, you know, like the Christian Bale Batman could never be in the Justice League. It's just he's not superhero-y enough. So they basically were like, let's do both at the same time. But going forward, they're going to have to now recast another Batman again. I guess, so let's talk about what movie do you think will be James Gunn's first movie? Probably Superman, right? He'll start with Superman.
I don't know. Like, I mean, if you have to think about James Gunn, right? Like,
I gotta
his introduction to Marvel is Guardians of the Galaxy. So like, it quite possibly could be something completely random like Lobo. Like,
I think so the only thing that's confirmed is like 100% Momoa is going to be Lobo. That's like almost been, which I don't even understand like why people are like he's kind of cool. I guess I don't. He's all right. I think they should start out with DC doesn't needs to be more Marvel, not in the sense of have movies that don't have such a big. Here, just watch this because I might mess up that don't have the like. It's almost the world can't be ending every single episode. They need more just one-off villains. So I'm trying to think what else. They're the Green Lantern. They're gonna have to have the show planned. I don't know if they're gonna cut that. Wonder Woman. Yeah, I'm just surprised they're cutting Wonder Woman, Aquaman. Aquaman 2 is already shot, so it's Aquaman 2 also. The Rock looks terrible. I mean, I can't imagine what an L for The Rock. He makes Black Adam 2, makes almost no money, barely scratches a break even. He goes online and gives a whole speech on
how he compared it to Captain America.
And it's like, dude, what are you doing? That's first of all, you're wrong. Like you're just wrong. Second of all, Chris Evans wasn't as big as a movie star going to that movie as you are right now. You're the number one movie star in the world.
Yeah.
In a superhero movie, that should be a layup. That should be like like an like if Christian Bale like so. But the biggest L is imagine if like Leonardo DiCaprio or Christian Bale or Denzel Washington or any of the main. Can you imagine any of them going on Twitter and like arguing about? They would never. They're just so unobtainable. You know what I mean? Like Leo. Imagine Leo being on Twitter and like
he just doesn't care.
He doesn't care enough to even do that. If his movie bombs, his movie bombs. The fact that The Rock, I feel like for the first time is playing in like, because all of his movies are almost kind of like he almost makes a deal like, okay, my movie's gonna be very corny and very family friendly. In return, it's gonna make a lot of money.
Yeah.
And he's been doing that for 20 years. And this is the first movie where he actually took a risk and is like, people could actually hate my movie, and they did. Like he hasn't been. He got booed at Comic-Con, and that was when I think he was like, "Fuck, we got to get Henry Cavill on this." So he begged them to get that post-credit scene in. I don't think I don't think that was in from the beginning. No way. And yeah, I mean.
Yeah,
I think the hard reboot's good, but I think you just have to come out and do it. There's like we can't find out about a hard reboot through reports. It has to just him coming out, laying out a plan like Marvel does, like dates, hard dates. This movie comes out this movie, and then we just know.
I feel like with the hard reboot, DC's already so far behind Marvel. Like they have you said yourself, they have these movies coming out like Shazam 2. What's gonna happen to Shazam? Like it's a filler movie. They're so far behind Marvel. They have to just do something completely new. It doesn't make sense to do origin stories again and then build up to Justice League. They can't rely on the Marvel formula. They have whatever the formula is. They have to do something new to get the audience excited again. Because like whether anyone wants to admit it or not, there is a superhero fatigue going on right now. That like people just don't really care. It's been like Marvel's been 30 movies strong. Like at some point there's that tipping point.
Yeah, I think there was just I don't think there's a fatigue. I just think the shows have to be better. Like if Thor was good and Doctor Strange was good, I think people would be totally fine with the amount of stuff. If She-Hulk was good, I think I think it's better when there's not as much stuff. I think the Star Wars pace is better. Star Wars comes out with less stuff. It seems like a bigger deal when there's a Star Wars property than a Marvel property. It seems more prestige. And now Andor is good. I mean, even the bad stuff. I mean, Boba Fett wasn't that good, but.
No, I mean, yeah, I mean, like, there's certain. That's definitely a thing, right? Like, the more. They're choosing quantity over quality, where, like, they're just pushing these movies out. That
they just have to build to like Justice League to me is like. With all the superhero content, we still haven't even gotten a good Justice League movie, and that's like that's the movie. I mean, people will say Snyder Cut. I don't think that really counts. That's like 4 hours. Like it's like almost a special project. But
yeah, I mean,
This should be a layup. This should just be My theory, my fear is that he's gonna get way too artsy with this.
Well,
He's gonna do like New 52, Brandon Routh bullshit. He's gonna do like he's into Lobo, like do like straight down the middle, like Lex Luthor. Like, give me the good stuff. Don't do. I don't know.
You could also like Curve, right? Like, I know you don't like Young Justice, but they could do something like that and like do like a introduction that way, where he introduces it through the sidekicks.
Give me a good Robin. Like, for once in my life, we haven't even had a good live action Robin. We had that.
They could do a Damian movie. They could do a Nightwing movie.
I like Dick Grayson way more than Damian Wayne, but definitely want a Nightwing movie. Oh, and we didn't even talk about Blue Beetle's coming out. You know that?
Yeah.
Which I'm excited about. I think that movie's gonna be really. The kid from Cobra Kai.
Oh yeah.
Is Blue Beetle.
Okay.
Which is
nice.
good casting. They're like, it's kind of funny because it's almost like oh, we need a young Latino actor, and it's like, oh yeah, the kid from Cobra. It was almost just that's exactly what they did. They were like, oh yeah, of course. It's almost like now when, yeah. But I'm just trying to think who. I just want a good Green Lantern movie.
They could even go like the other way, where like, I know you wouldn't be mad if they do like a Deathstroke movie.
Oh hell, that's what I want. I mean, what's his name? Joe Manganiello was like they're wasting so many good castings. He's one of the coolest characters. I feel like he's so much cooler. I know it's different, but he's so much cooler than Deadpool, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean Patty Jenkins out. They're just kind of. I'm a little surprised. I wasn't expecting a hard reboot. I was expecting kind of like a more softer reboot. Were you expecting like a hard reboot?
I mean, everything just kind of blew up, right? Like that Wonder Woman story, like where what was it, like Patty Jenkins submitted that script and they were like no, and then she just walked out. News came in today where like I guess she tweeted that like she was open to rewrite the script, and that like the DC execs just were like no, and that was liked by James Gunn, so there's some there's some validity to that.
Yeah.
But everything just blew up. So it's just so early. Like we need to wait for the next Comic-Con for DC to like announce anything.
Yeah, so I mean, those are our thoughts on the DC shakeup. I'm excited. I'm just kind of like, now I'm gonna watch these movies coming up, but it's just kind of like for nothing now. So, last thing I'll say is that one of the movies that they canceled was Batman Beyond. That was coming with Michael Keaton. It was gonna be like older Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Can't believe they cut that. I mean, hopefully they do it again. It's like a no-brainer before Keaton gets too old. I mean, I guess you can't get too old because he's old Bruce Wayne, but.
Yeah, there was a lot of hype on like
they have to make a Batman Beyond movie. I want that.
There's a lot of hype that with like the Flash that they were gonna do the multiverse, and then they introduced Michael Keaton and all that stuff.
Well, he's in the movie, but he's Batman, like he's Bruce Wayne. So, but yeah, all right, guys, thanks for watching. We want to do a quick video on DC. We'll be posting a lot more. Thanks again. See you on the next one. Bye, guys.